Well, hello.
This meeting is being recorded. Have I got it? I seldom do, but I'll say I do. Got it.
We have just a few more minutes, but I want to say this. I'm super excited about doing these trainings and connecting with everybody. I'm super excited to do this.
Ditto. Karen, it's posted.
Thank you. Y'all go ahead and tag your teams. We've got 3 more minutes, so go ahead and tag your teams and get them on here. We've got some great stuff to talk about, some great tips for you. I'm gaining followers.
Step on the same stage with the person did back in 2003. On live on display at the opening night out.
That was incredible night that they had been to the show and felt the show for many years before that. So to get that card together, to know that part of something that people
Karen, can you mute everybody out? People are coming in, got their TVs and everything going on.
Good man.
I would love to. Where do I go to mute them?
And guys, just remember when you do get on the Zoom, whatever's going on in your household, we can hear that if you're unmuted. As well as negative and derogatory comments that family members may make. So if you're okay with that, then we're okay with it. But please understand that we can hear what they say.
I get, but I'm surprised.
Carlita, hers needs to be. So when you go to Carlita, find her.
Got it. Okay. We got 1 more minute. Tag your teams. And Amy's trying to get on, but I don't know if she's going to be able to make it on or not. My mom had a tooth extracted today. So with Amy being in dentistry, she's the one that's staying with mom. She's trying to get on mom's internet right now. She just sent me a message. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Maybe she can. Mom's doing great though. So. Okay, y'all, it is 7 o'clock. I'm sure some other people will be getting on for the next few minutes, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. When you get on, please mute yourself. I cannot see who. Okay. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, as you get on, please mute yourself. Y'all,
If you
think
want me to take it back, I'll take it back so you can concentrate.
Okay, thank you.
Give it back to me.
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'm just going to take it.
All right. So Rosalind and I and a few of the other leaders have been talking, and we've been talking about some things that we're doing, and it's really gaining us followers and getting us attention on social media. And we just wanted to talk about just a few different things like that. We're getting ready to go into 2024, and I know everybody always says, you know, their New Year's resolution and all that. It's my New Year's energy. Where am I going to spend my energy, and what kind of energy am I going to be putting out in 2024? And y'all, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm hitting it hot and heavy. Nothing is stopping me. I'm going at it very strong. So Rosalind is going to share with us for just a few minutes, because I want to tell y'all, Rosalind has been sick, very sick. Dee Dee's been sick. Dave has been sick. I'm getting there, but Rosalind was really literally in bed the last day or two, and she's showing up. She's showing up. She wants to share with everybody, and that's what you have to do. You have to show up. We could come up with a million excuses as to why we're not going to be there or whatever, but these leaders are literally crawling out of the bed to get on here and give you some advice and some pointers and those things. So Rosalind, thank you so much for doing that. And you'll know when you hear her talk that she's not feeling great, but thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your vision with us.
I'm going into a trade, which they deem as a.
Are you wanting me to speak now?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna bring up the rear and close it out. Hey guys, how are you? First of all, I wanna give it back to Karen, because Karen, she told me yesterday, she texted me yesterday, she was like, we got to do something now. We don't want to wait until after the first of the year and then get everybody excited. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But I hope you guys had a really good holiday. But here's the deal. We had Christmas. It's over. I mean, like literally, it came and it left. And now you need to really focus on, because at first everybody was so focused on all of these gifts we were going to buy that we couldn't even afford to buy. Now, you probably need some extra money in your pocket. But before we even get the money in our pocket, let's do this. How are you going to get the money in the pocket? What you going to use the money for when you get it? I went back and I listened to Stanisha's live that she did a couple of weeks ago about about the 12 areas of the vision. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I learned a lot. Like, whoa, it wasn't just writing. You know, a lot of times we do a vision board and it's like, oh, I'm going to write down these things of what I'm going to do this year. And that's all it is. It's just talk. It's just talk. Go back and look at what you did look at what you wrote down last year versus what you really accomplished. Did you accomplish anything? And even if you didn't, thank God you're still alive and you have another chance to do it again. You have a chance to actually do it. But here's the thing. The 12 areas of vision, some of these things will make you uncomfortable. You're going to look at it like, I didn't even realize that even mattered. What we're doing and for what we've been doing over the last few years is making these um, surface visions and goals. In other words, if it's on the surface, it's gone. You can't find it. Where did it fall to? It means absolutely nothing. You got to get down to the deep core, the root of what it is that you want. And as I was, just listening and writing my notes down, we're talking about relationships. What kind of relationships you want? What do you want your health to be? What type of family goals do you have? We don't think about those things. We just go into the new year as whatever. It is what it is. And when we do that, we don't really think about those things. But here's what we can do. We can really take control over everything that we really that we can do. We can take control over that. And and I mean, we're talking about love language. We're talking about communication. We're talking about here's one, and this might resonate with a lot of us. You know, a lot of times we get on Stanisha's trainings, and some of you guys are like, I didn't understand what she was saying. I don't understand what she's saying. Somebody, Crystal, mute your line. Here's the deal. Have you asked God to shorten your learning curve? Have you asked him for comprehension, easier comprehension? Have you asked him for where's my I was at a point where I didn't think I could learn anything. And I wrote down on my vision board that I'm so happy and grateful now that learning and understanding and comprehension is easy for me. Our goals are the same thing. Our visions when we go into the next year should be that clear. Because here's the deal. If you don't understand anything, you're just going to have a whole lot of information and you won't be able to apply it. So I want
Amen.
you guys to, Jeanette, you're unmuted. So I want you guys to really think about and write these things down. And I'm going to give these to you. And like I said, Stanisha trained on this in Atlanta. And actually I went live, and I'm glad I did go live because I was able to go back and rewatch it. Several of us have gone back and rewatched it, and that this is the key to what you receive next year. If you don't put anything in place, you won't have anything. If you keep using excuses of why you can't have and why you don't have and why you're not making any money, here's the last of the deal. Because I said here's the deal, I don't know how many times, but here's the last of the deal. Whatever you write down, that's what you're going to get. You write it down, you speak it, and start living in it, and start thinking that you've already arrived. Start thinking about it and putting yourself in this place. How long I got? Last thing. This is how clear your vision should be. Everybody close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes, and close mine too. I'm going to tell you a story about a lady. So this lady opens up the door to this huge house. This is a 10,000 square foot home. She walks in the first door, and the fourth walks in the front of the door. And to the left, there's an office with these large windows that goes all the way up to the ceiling. Come out of there, you have to come back out to the right. And if you go straight back, you're going to pass a fireplace. There's to the right, there's a big open space, which is the great room. Looking straight back, go on back, just to walk about 4 more steps to the back. There's just the back of the house. It's all windows, all windows, all the windows. The kitchen is on your left. So go over to the kitchen, which is on your left. Walk over to the kitchen. You just walk straight into the butler's pantry. It's white. There's this tall ladder that goes all the way up to the ceiling because people that are short like me, they cannot reach all the things up there. Come out of there. And I want you to go to the sliding door because all those windows that you just saw in the back of the house, all of those windows, those are sliding doors. So you go ahead, take both hands and open up those doors. Walk out. Now you're on the deck. You're on the patio, brick patio. Walk down these stairs. There's 6 steps. Walk down the steps and go to the left. When you go to the left, the first thing you're going to pass by is the outdoor kitchen. You've got the grill, you've got the bar, you've got the stove, you've got the sink, you've got all of that. Go on over to the left a little bit more. There's a hot tub right there. Come back to the right. Now you're going to go down the steps. There's 2 steps. You're going to go down the steps and you're going to see the pool on the left. Now, we're not getting in the pool. We're looking back on the back, the grass, the trees. And look, as far as you can see, you won't be able to see as far as you look. That is your land. That is your land. So you go on down a little bit. Now you're in the grass. You're walking on down. And to the right, there's a full-size basketball court for your child, for your son. To the left, there's a a playground for your grandchildren. And way on back there, a little bit farther, is the full-size tennis court. Open your eyes. What I just described to you is my dream house and my dream home. Your vision has to be that clear. It has to be that clear. So when you do these 12 areas of vision, like I say, you got to go down to the core to see to really figure out what it is that you want coming into this season. You can't come into the season blind. Yeah, they sell these things that, that you tap and move or whatnot, but we don't want to use those if they're not necessary. We want you to be able to know exactly where you're going and believe in it. Whatever you write down, I don't care. You write these things down as if you already know you can't do it, and you're gonna do, because you got to depend on a higher power, which is God. And I don't think there are any. If I don't think there are any atheists here, but even if it is, the principle is the principle. Some things we can't do on our own, and one of the reasons why a lot of us are not walking into what we thought we were supposed to have is because, number one, we were not clear. We basically missed the boat. Don't miss the boat. Write your vision, make it plain. When you write this vision, and I'm almost finished, put it around, make some copies and put it all around the house. This is a challenge because when people come over to your house, they're going to see it and they're going to read it. And are you going to be embarrassed with what it is that you want? Or when they say, "What is this?" That's my vision. Let me tell you about it. And you're going to tell it to them just that clear. Just that clear. Imagine yourself sitting in your dream car. Go up to the dealership, get in the car. You can go to the Mercedes dealership. They will let you drive the car. You don't have to be pre-approved. You can drive the car. Now, if one of those cars is 160,000, we're gonna have they may make you do papers first, but for the most part, go and do that. Have someone to take a picture of you in the car. Know what you want this year. Don't allow this to come in. Don't allow this year to leave and you ain't done nothing. And I meant to say it that way. Because at the end of the year, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I ain't done nothing." Not nothing, but not a darn thing. And everything is just looking the same. And we can't go into the next year looking and doing the same thing. All right, guys? What is your vision? You must have one. You must have one.
That's incredible. Listen, Rosalind, when you were describing that, I could just see everything so clear. So clear. So yes, as soon as we hop off here, I hope everybody does that. Write your vision, make it where it can be seen. Make it to where you see it a lot. Put it on your bathroom mirror, put it in your office, put it in your car, everywhere. And thank you so much for that. Okay, so I have another one of our leaders, Dave Henry. He's going to talk about kind of where he came from, where he's headed, what his vision is. Dave, you got just a few minutes if you want to unmute yourself.
Already
let's see.
did.
Perfect. One step ahead of the game. Thank you so much for joining us, Dave.
Well, thank you for having me here. Hello, everyone. Where I came from another network marketing company. Same place as Karen. My biggest problem there, I didn't have any leadership in that company, so I didn't go anywhere, and I spent a lot of wasted time with it. And I do regret that, being in that, but I don't regret the friends I've made like Karen. And she's been a great mentor, getting me to see the Be Epic, see what it is. And what I've found here is the leaders have been nothing short of amazing. Rosalind, Stanisha, Nina, Karen, everybody I've reached out to. I think I even reached out to Karen Rogers a time or two. I've gotten good information back, and it's kept me motivated to do this. I love the products. I like where I'm going with this and what my vision is. And I do work a full-time job, and I do want to get rid of that job in less than a year. And this is my way of doing it, and I know it will happen. I believe it will happen. And like Rosalind says, I pray to God about it. She says, pray to God. And so Karen have said that in Stanisha, and I take it to God and what I want, where I want to go. I was writing my list as Rosalind was talking. I'm halfway there. My goals, like I said, to be done with my permanent job, to do this full time, and my biggest goal is to provide better care for my wife who is handicapped. And it's a challenge doing that from an office 20 miles away. I can't do it during the day. So this allows me to do what I want to do for her, like today on my days off, like today and Friday. I can do this job. I can take care of my wife and her needs for the day. And I don't have to rely on anybody. So this is what this job is given me. It's been a blessing. I talked to Karen for a long time before I jumped on board, and everything was positive. Not one negative thing I've heard or seen. And I believe what we have in front of us is the best leaders in the business, the best product, but we have the support, and that's the best thing of all. Anytime I talk to Karen, she's always right there with an answer for me. And so it keeps me motivated. That's about all I got to say at the moment.
Dave, thank you so much for that. I'm so happy that you joined and that you're able to stay motivated. That's a lot of it right there, is being able to stay motivated. People, they get off track, and it just happens. You just keep looking at your list, keep looking at your vision. Everybody knows Dee Dee, and I tell you what, Dee Dee I sent her a message, keep it short, and she said, keep what short? Dee Dee, what have you got to share with us? I know it's going to be fun. And what are you doing for 2024?
Well, I think I'm going to take a little bit different approach. For most of y'all that know me, it's not like I've done everything I wanted to accomplish, but I've lived what I say right now. For my friends that know me, we're not gazillionaires. We started with nothing and worked, and that's what we did. And because I've been in network marketing, several times, that was like my cushion that kept pushing me ahead so I could do these crazy extra things. I got a bonus check. One year it was like I was with a company, I got a bonus check, and I told the kids, my husband, why don't we go to Alaska next week? And we'd spend it. This is why I've been working, is so we could do this. Same thing with Be Epic. I retired. I had a market research company, and I tell people all the time, I was really smart in my business. People don't believe that now. I don't want to be smart. I want to make Legos and paint things and do things with the grandkids and just crazy stuff like that. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do statistics. I could quote statistics like none other is what people paid me to do. And I quit that. I sold my company 5 or 6 years ago. I was making so much money with network marketing. I thought it's crazy for me to drive my car to my office. So I sold my commercial office building and, did all that. But for me, Be Epic, as I see people, I've got a really good friend that died just a couple of days ago, went to first grade with, and a part of me, she bought some of our products, but she never bought into most of our products. You know what I mean? She loved the pain cream because it made her feel so good. And she loved taking, different things, give her energy every once in a while, but she didn't focus on the nutrition part. When I heard she died and went first grade, I thought if only she had taken the cardio seriously. And that's why I'm still doing this. I'm a cancer survivor. I've lived 20 something years longer than they thought I would live. I remember when they told me, you have 60% chance to live 6 months. And I was like 44. And I was like, ooh, I think I want to live longer than 6 months. So that wasn't a real good plan for me. And so for me, it's nutrition and health and simple things that I'm able to offer people. To me, if y'all aren't taking the cardio, y'all have missed the boat. If you would just Google and look and see, all the time. I had a friend of my son's who's in great shape, 42 years old, had a heart attack just 2 weeks ago. Not in bad shape. He runs a construction company, good. Why did he have it? In my opinion, fast food, energy drinks. And that's where the young people are headed if we don't educate them. And so for me, it's just a matter, God's put me here for a lot of reasons. I've been a Sunday school teacher for a gazillion years, but just to try to keep helping people have a better lifestyle. So for me, the money, I do have some things that I like to do that I need chunks of money for. I'd love to make a movie about my Keith Bennett. If anybody knows, about our Keith, he is just, he's just the heart of our family and has been for over 20 years. And that's something, that I need an extra $1 million to get started. Okay. To get started with the movie. I've already talked to him and all. And so for me, when you can offer little things, like I tell Karen, will tell you, I don't do a whole lot of things right because I just don't. I just don't. But what I can do is not quit. I have never quit, won't quit. If you know any of my children, we don't quit, period. We might be stumbling forward and people say, what are you doing these days? I'm still stumbling forward, just stumbling forward. Sometimes I don't know where I'm going, just based on faith. God wants me to just keep stumbling forward. And that's what I'm doing. So as I gather information about our products, I do believe our products are life-changing. I do believe everybody should be on CBD oil. I do believe everybody, should be taking cardio. I do love the way the caramels taste. Weight loss is never an issue with me, but I'm trying to find a picture I can, say, oh yeah, and I weigh 400 pounds. For y'all that are overweight, I always say, and I mean this, I told my husband, if I could weigh 300 pounds and lose weight, because that'll make you $1 million. Okay. If you weigh 300 pounds, you get down to my 124, you are rich because everybody wants to know what I'd have my husband tie me to the car and drag me all around that neighborhood. I would do whatever it took to lose weight. Okay. So for y'all that are too heavy, be thankful about that. I can't get on there and say I'm, a period, Rosalind, period. And and Rosalind's done that. And that's why y'all watch her. Okay. Nina's done that. That's why y'all watch her. Look at Tracy Harris. If y'all haven't seen her before and after pictures, unbelievable. And y'all, you need to use whatever that is, whatever God's story, your story is a story God gave you to help somebody. That is y'all's story. Losing 100 pounds will change people's lifestyle. For me, getting on a nutrition kick like none other that I've stayed on for 20 something years, enabled, my family, for me to see my grandchildren and keep my grandchildren. And, Karen knows, Tracy knows, You call over here. I love my home. I have a beautiful home. And y'all, I have to tell y'all that because when you walk in, you can't see it a lot of times because there's toys and all kinds of crazy grandmother stuff strung all over. And that's the way I want it. That's what I want right now. So whatever blessing God has blessed you with, and he has blessed you with something, Dave, you need to stay home and take care of your wife. You need to do whatever it takes for you to be able to stay home and take care of your wife. And I got to, when my daddy died, I got to move him here, not work. I took care of my daddy till he died because I always had my business. And I always, for the last 20 years, I had network marketing that made me millions. I've made millions in network marketing. And that money was money I never counted on other than to do good. That was my due. And that's still what it is. I give away a ton of products. I just love it. So y'all, whatever God, if you've lost weight or can lose weight, for God's sake, lose weight. That's so easy. It's so easy. You know, for Karen taking the stuff, look at her hair. Oh my God. You know, anything the products do that it's done for you, tell people it's done that for you because it has done that for you. You know, my son's a pharmacist. My daughter-in-law's a nurse. We're just a diagnosis. You walk in our house with a cold and everybody's just trying to, this is what you need to do. You know, I'm giving you all kind of natural stuff. They might give you a shot. I don't know. But anyway, whatever story God has given you, just use it for his glory. And I'm going to tell this real quick. Okay, Karen, just real quick, because I hadn't told a lot of these. Okay. My middle son went to the war. And for no other reason, because he had been praying and God told him he needed to be on the front line in Afghanistan. Longer story, but make it short. Every mother's nightmare, I got my call that he had been shot, he'd been wounded, and they'd had to transport him. Y'all, my son didn't have to go frontline army, period. He was at a private Christian school. He could have gone in as an officer, but God wanted him on the front line. After a year of rehabbing in New York, he came home to rehab for a year. He got out on 85% disability. And I asked him one day, we're in the kitchen, I said, are you still glad you went? Now, I wanted him to tell me stupidest thing I ever did, but he didn't. He said, you know, Mom, I am, because I really believe as long as I was there, they weren't coming here after y'all. And for our family, the American dream is alive and well. He had friends who gave their life. He will suffer the rest of his life so that we can live our dream. It's not an option to not live your dream. It's a disservice to all those military people who fought for us and who did so that we could live this American dream. And that's what this is American dream. I hope y'all are going to Orlando. I will see you there. I can't wait. And I'm so excited. We just got to do this. There's no other option. We just got to.
Dee Dee, you're so awesome. I love you.
I love you too.
I just
Let's
love
do
you.
this.
Okay, so just real quick, I've got my daughter Amy on here. She's going to talk about focus for a minute. And Amy, where are you? Unmute yourself and come on and tell us how you focus and why it's hard for you to focus.
Okay, so Mom had sent me a message and she said, I'm going to have you talk about staying focused, and we're in text. And I said, are you joking? She said, no. And I was like, I'm the absolute worst at staying focused. And but the thing is, oh, hey, Dee Dee. So then she said, but keep it short. And I said, I knew that was coming. And I said, are you going to call on Dee Dee too? Because if so, then we might want to think about extending this. And so, anyway, but I know that I do struggle hard with, being able to focus. I have ADHD and I wasn't diagnosed until I was 45. And so I am learning how to like create skills and stuff for that. But one thing that I do know is that whenever I am, I can tell just by logging into my back office when I have fallen off, because whenever I'm not staying focused, everything starts tapering off. My numbers go down. I'm not being good at reaching out, following up with my customers, my team members, anything like that, responding to messages, and all of that. So what I have to do is create a schedule that works for me. So and it changes in different seasons because I have little kids, I have big kids. So everybody's in weird times. So I have to like figure out, okay, where can I have just zero distractions? And I mean, I even have to take off my watch because if I feel that little zzz, then all of a sudden it's like squirrel. Okay, let's move on to something else. So I do have to sit there and I can't answer the phone. I can't answer messages. Like I have to keep everything away and just sit down at my computer and get it all done. Even like right now, because I say yes, I'm a people pleaser and say yes to everybody. So even right now I'm at my grandmother's house because she had a tooth removed today. And mom was like, I need you to go stay the night with Nene. And I'm like, we just got over Christmas. I'm tired. Okay. She's like, and we're having the meeting. And I was like, I'll be there. And so one thing that if you struggle with staying focused, you have to learn to say no, because that is the best yes. And yes, okay, so I'm a squirrel and a people pleaser and all of that. So it is things that I have, because one of the things with ADHD is you have executive dysfunction, which means that you pick the least important thing to focus on and to prioritize. So that even if I know that there's nothing is going to happen or get accomplished by me doing that, it's still the only thing that I can like think about until it's done. And so I have to sit down, write it out. I have alarms that go off to tell me, okay, move on to the next thing, move on to that. So whatever you have to do, get a schedule set together, because I promise if you stay focused and you do everything that Rosalind says, Karen, Stanisha, Nina, all of the Dee Dee, all of the leaders, if you just take like little nuggets and stuff that works for you and you create a schedule for yourself, you can definitely see it in your numbers, your pay, your team, your customers, how everybody responds to you. And so I think that was short enough, right, Karen?
You know, it was, and I just want to say this. Amy is at my mom's right now because she was so dang good at dentistry. So that's why, if it has anything to do with the mouth, the teeth, the jaws, anything like that, Amy gets called. So she was darn good at her job. And I might add, she was able to leave that behind because of network marketing. And so I wanted to say that too. Listen, y'all, I appreciate so much everybody getting on in the middle of the week, the holiday, and getting on and giving us the opportunity to talk a little bit about vision, focus, encouragement, not getting discouraged. I love the things that Dave said, like that means a lot too, Dave, that you feel that way. And I appreciate it so much. Everybody does, all of us appreciate it. Stay focused. Know what you want in 2024 and go after it. Do not let anybody stop you. Don't let them take it from you. Go after it. Know what you want. Make your list, make your vision board. Get it done before 2024. Don't be in the middle of June and go, oh, I forgot to do my vision board. And I'm like, girl, it is June the 5th. Don't do that. Do it now. Do it now. Watch for us. We're going to be doing these trainings and lives and encouragement. We're really going to give you specific instructions on how to post, what to post, those things. It's really going to help you. So stay focused. Focus on what we're doing for you, and just be on the training. Show up. So many people are sick. Rosalind and Dee Dee they're sick and they still showed up. It just means a lot. Anybody else want to say anything? Rosalind, did you want to close with anything?
I'm not gonna close out. I'm gonna let you do the closing, but I want to call Kimberly Bradley up here because the vision board is, Kim, start talking, please. The vision board is coming up, and I was talking to her earlier. Actually, I was
here.
doing more listening than talking, but I want her to do what you do.
Yes, definitely. You guys plug in on Friday, the 29th. We are doing a virtual vision board party. A lot of people, I know we had Nina Moore who did one in Atlanta. And I thought, you know what, collectively, a lot of people can't travel as much. This is a holiday season. So why don't we do one? I talked to Stanish about doing one, a virtual one where everybody could get on virtual. And what's going to be great about it is that we'll be doing, we have some people speak, Stanish will be speaking. We'll have some other people who will be bringing some techniques and things that you can implement into the new year when you're thinking about creating a vision board. It's just much more than just copying and cutting out things. You know, it's all about not just putting your dreams and ideas on a board, but it's also creating measurable goals for those. It's not just enough to say, I want to make 10,000. Well, how are you going to make the 10,000? You have to break it down. It has to be measurable. It has to be attainable. And so we're going to give tips on that. We're also going to, you know, we're now in the new digital, which means that you don't have to have the big old poster from the dollar store. You can now do it all virtual. So we're going to be showing you how to do that, where you can use Canva and you can use Pinterest to grab your pictures and come over the canvas and do a collage. And we'll show you how to do the collage where you can be able to put it on your screensaver, or if you want to download it onto your phone where you can see it on your phone every day. Or if you want to print them out after you complete it on Canva, you'll be able to do that, or even maybe create it into a journal. There's so many ways you can do that by doing it digital. So we're going to be sharing tips on that. So make sure we have a group that we set up, and if it's in the main group, a link that you can join, and it has videos that you can watch to prepare ahead of time if you like, or you can just go along with this when we're on there on Friday. But definitely plug into that. And I was listening to everyone was saying, and as we move into 2024, you know, measure, being smart, that smart, which I always keep saying is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. Sometimes we look at these big pictures, but you gotta kind of, how are you gonna get there? And the last I will say is that we have to change our mindset. A lot of us say, oh, well, I'm speaking into existence. I'm saying my affirmations, things of that nature. But are you really, like Roz was saying, are you visually seeing it? Can you taste it literally? You know how sometimes you go walk in a room, you smell somebody, like there's nothing there cooking, but you can smell something, or you know, you just taste something, but it's not what you're really tasting. I mean, when you can really have that kind of a visual, and it's so important that we not only visualize it, not only we're speaking it, but you guys, we have to do one major thing, and I just spoke on this on my social media, is that the stronghold on our mindset. I always say the most dangerous place that we can go is between our two ears. We will talk ourselves. We don't have to worry about anyone else talking ourselves out of something. We'll talk ourselves out of it. And as I was having that conversation with Roz, it's like the stronghold on our brain. And I was talking about Jericho, the wall of Jericho, and it can. And I somehow got off of that. That's what I was supposed to be saying. Was that a lot of it is here, the walls that you, the boundaries that you put on yourself. And when you can get in tune, get right, believe, no matter what it looked like, because for 2023, we were all, a lot of us were expecting some amazing things to happen. And I'm grateful for everything that has, but they probably didn't turn out the way that quite we wanted to. And so we started questioning ourselves, or thinking, did we make the right move, or did we do the right thing? Maybe I should have did this, or I should do, and we started talking out of ourselves. But let me tell you, you got to bring your frequency back up. That mustard seed, that continue, like Jericho wall, what did they do? They kept walking around that wall. They don't care. Yeah, there was a tall wall. It was obstacles, but they had to believe the word, right? They had to keep believing. So the more they walk, I keep feeling like the more you stay in tune and you keep doing that walk, your frequency is going to keep coming up, and it's going to keep coming up. It's going to keep coming up to where eventually when you speak it and God is in tune with it, the walls will crumble and your blessing will be there. But don't give up, you guys. If 2023 wasn't the God darn happy hallelujah time, believe me, it is not over. Let's take 2024 into a new season, a new way, but don't give up. Stay focused. Keep writing what you're expecting,
keep acting as though it's already done. Don't get over obsessive with it either, because then you're almost like you're saying, Lord, I'm not believing, I'm not trusting. So believe it, go through the activity, but don't over obsess over it. That's a lot of time. And then we get stressed and anxiety kicks in and our lack of faith kicks in, all that. Then we go back into our head again. So I would just say, believe, go through the process, no matter what it looked like. Just know that your blessings are on the way. Whatever you're expecting, whatever you're believing, to know that it will come, but you got to go through the other steps in order to achieve those, because you will block your best blessings every single time. And that's all I have for you, Carrie. Thanks, you guys.
Kimberly, thank you so much, so much. Listen, y'all, it's all been great. I appreciate every one of you. I hope you took notes. I will see you on the 29th when they are doing the virtual vision board or vision party. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll be there. I hope everybody here will be there, and I'll see you then. Y'all have a good night.